That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, and he got the. Sometimes that's a nice little thing that happens is you get the chop and the stomp all at the same time.
Ah.
And he got that, so that's why he took a model out there. But yeah, so here we go again. Immolator on the suppressed squad is just patience. It's all patience with the Warlock. He's not a melee hero unless you go melee heavy build. Like he is wait by your shuriken, protect the shuriken, and start spamming destructor and immolate. That's what the Warlock is, you know. And so I try to do a little force melee with my shurikens here. I was gonna force melee and use that whatever that skill's called, but they ended up slug is coming out. I was like, okay, I need to get out of here. So one more hit probably would have really put that Warboss in danger, but anyway, pop a grenade, and Lindo does a great job of dodging that, so I need to get out of there.
Yeah, he just stays right on you like glue there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now you're just.
But I mean, I'm totally gonna buy squad leaders right away. 15 power each, like sweet. It's so nice with Eldar. They're so cheap, 65 and 15, and like 334 hit points. Are you kidding me? I'm in heaven when I play Eldar, man. It's like. I'm not gonna say easy mode, but really.
I love Eldar. I gotta say.
You know, they're pretty cool.
They're cool.
I really respect Warlock players because Warlock is just so cool. And then
he really is. I feel like
look
he's.
at the damage the badges are taking. Watch it. They are taking 0 damage, and this is not even fleet of foot anymore. They took out of that whole suppression and everything 50 damage. You know, like, can I get leaders that do that?
Oh man, and now unfortunately he doesn't have the benefit of having the retreat path mines that we saw you use during the Meet the Players
exactly.
game.
I mean, I almost
and
wiped
gonna keep
squad.
picking away at him right there.
Yeah, and you'll notice that this entire game too. Oh no, never mind, not this game. But I did use I did use my global there with the speed to get retreat kills there because it doesn't take away any retreat damage. Whereas normally when you use the sprint with them, then they do half damage.
They do less damage. Yeah.
So now I see the war truck. I'm like, oh, okay, it's time to pull out the guns. So I stalled long enough. I was able to hold off. I knew he was going to try and gen bash here, so I needed to just pull everything back, protect the gens, because one Wraith Lord is going to be good, but not enough usually, especially on a map like with this wide. Something more narrow, the Wraith Lords are a lot more powerful on.
Yeah, so what exactly guided your decision there to get the Wraith Lord, and how are you planning on using it at this
point? Very simple decision. I've lost to Eldar that build Wraith Lords. So I was like, I'm going to build Wraith Lords, put the Shuriken Cannon on them, and dominate. And that was my plan.
And just chase around troops, or what? Like.
Well, see, I mean, the Wraith Lord it's not the kind of blitzkrieg walker that the Death Dread is, where you sort of just send it in, suicide it, kill as much as you can, definitely burn down a farm. Wraith Lord can't touch a gen farm at all, but what he can do is provide you a platform that's impenetrable and self-healing come T3. So.
Yes. The Wraithbone armor. Oh, here he comes again, knocking his way through your own shield.
Look at this. Now he was going to burn me down. Now he's like, oh my god. So I see the claw. I'm like, I got to get out of here for a little bit. But Shuriken plus Wraith Lord is complete and utter Warboss can't do anything. I mean, there's nothing he can do against that. And you'll see that over and over and over again. And then the Warlock complements this, because you saw how I was using the Immolator to just really maximize the effect of my suppression, where he can't walk out of it. He's got to retreat, otherwise I'm going to burn you, or I'm going to use whatever that other thing's called. But, you know, stuff like that. And then the Guardians, I'm just putting up shields, stalling. Like, it's just every little tool Eldar have, you can really... if you just buy your upgrades, you can do so much with them. It's unreal. And watch this Wraith Lord just tuning these guys up. Like 2 hits and they're at half health.
Bam!
And
you see the nice little
like,
splash effect right there.
Stayed up. I really thought I was going to get him.
That guy's tough.
And you can see the Beamy Ludas here, or at least not Beamy yet, but the upgrade actually goes straight into the Beamy and stays set up. I didn't know that, so that's nice. And I mean, look at that. He just got a huge hit. That was like 300 damage or whatever, but... it's not going to matter.
Yeah, it's like a third of your life or a quarter of your life down. That's pretty good. But yeah, you were able to get out of there right in time.
Yeah.
Man.
And now you can see the central control, right? Now I've got the Shuriken up. I've got my Wraith Lord where I want him to. I've got the Warlock there. My Guardians are in a beautiful position because he's got Shudas against Guardians, so he's got no anti-garrison. Another huge weakness of Orc and Warboss for that matter. So I'm just going to sit there and shoot away at him, and there's nothing to do. Shudas do not win against Guardians with a Warlock on them. So all I have to do is just kill stuff that isn't his Warboss for now, and then shoot his Warboss with stuff that, you know, can easily kite him. So it's a classic game of annoy the Orc. You can see, here comes Wraith Lord number 2. I've stalled so long, he hasn't killed my power. I now have Wraith Lord number 2 coming. And you look at the Banshees, they got melee heavy, so I can really charge this truck if I want to. But I know he's got the Sluggers in there, so it's probably not a good idea.
Dual Wraith Lords, man. You know your orc inside out in the sense that you know what you don't want to fight against.
Yeah, Warp Spider is really good with dual Wraith Lords too. It's just unbelievably annoying. There's nothing you can do. He blinks onto your beamy Ludas. He's got the Power Claw for the truck. Like really, there's nothing against that guy. It's unreal.
Damn, man.
But anyway, so you can see, like, you group up the Guardians with one of the Wraith Lords, and, you know, he's just chilling there, protecting them. If Sluggers pop out, they'll get dominated. So the Wraith Lord is really just he's a control guy. He's got that super powerful, high DPS Shuriken Cannon. And, I mean, see here, look, he's got the Sluggers in the truck. He wants to jump me, but he knows I got my Banshees and my Warlock here. So I've got bodyguards all over the map, and now another Wraith Lord. Like, he's in big trouble.
I like how you put that. That feels a lot like how Eldar plays. Is the control style. You're not just throwing him in there and sacrificing him, but you know the threat of him on the battlefield is enough to deter the fight right there. Like,
yeah, and that's exactly how a Wraith Lord should be used, in my opinion. I mean, Bright Lance Wraith Lord is super hard to use, so I'm not even gonna comment on that. But these Shurikens, like, I think it's something like 42 DPS plus his basic little pea shooter. So
yep.
I mean, pretty awesome. And these guys, you know, a couple little ticks from the Beamy Luda isn't gonna hurt them too bad. As long as you don't get locked up with the Warboss, because then you'll see, I get locked up with the Warboss once, and I'm like, oh no, I need to get him out of here. But that's where the Shuriken comes in. So it's pretty interesting to see how I'm able to just keep him doing almost nothing until he gets the knobs out. Then I'm in a little trouble. But.
Yeah, we talked about chess a little bit in our previous game, and that's exactly what this reminds me of here. Just having the threat of him on the battlefield right now. He's like threatening all of these areas here. He's not directly attacking them, but he's indirectly like defending this position here. And as a result,
I've sort of just got my pieces covered right now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Throw two, I missed it,
coordination.
Unfortunately.
And here he comes. So now you have lured him into a full attack right now. Now this is actually, you know, he's charging in on you. Oh, but look at that. Look how quickly. Just down. Man.
Yeah, lure him in, and then a couple hits. Like, I mean, this guy does like 120 damage per hit with his sword. Like, it's just, it's ridiculous. And so look at this. The entire top, he's given up on it because he knows that as long as, and that's the whole thing. You have two vehicles, it makes much more effective than just one. Two vehicles, he has to split his AV into one area. They keep the vehicles separated. You'll dominate so much map against orc, and then they're forced to buy tank busters or something like that.
Yeah, especially if you force them to get like so you've put him into a position of two weaknesses right now. He has to deal with, you know, double squads, and then if you force him into getting two anti-vehicle squads, he now has two weaknesses of his own in late game because nobody wants double AV when there's no AV.
Well, it's just such a waste, you know, like useless units really. I mean, Beamy Luda, what super heavy infantry am I going to build? So it's only good against vehicles. And, I mean, tank busters, I don't even need to comment on those guys. They're garbage. So, I mean, yeah, I've just got my Guardians going from Wraith Lord to Wraith Lord, just repairing, deploying shields, capping. And you can see I'm slowly playing the I own this map and you don't game. And my Wraith Lord up top is perfectly content to chill there because I'm just waiting for him to try and do something. And here we go. His war truck is in big trouble again. And I'm sure he's getting super frustrated at this point. And I'm going, okay, I'm sure the knobs are coming soon. And I sort of lose track of that, but I knew that at this point, with what his army is made of, especially since he's not going stick bombers or anything like to open up engagements for him, it's time for me to get Wraithguard and more Shurikens. That's the ultimate end game for Orc, is if your enemy gets more than one Shuriken and some Wraithguards. Oh, here's a really nice move, actually. I popped the Distort Field, and I'm using my Cloak of Shadows, so his range is actually doing nothing to me. So I take on the Sluggers, and he thinks he's got me dead to rights, but really he's doing almost nothing. It's really tricky to spot, but you can see like I absolutely annihilate him there. So that was a really good engagement for me, and I was loving that.
Holy crap!
That engagement made me forget that his knobs are up top, dominating my Wraith Lord. If I would have just ran to a Shuriken, it would have been all good. But
yeah, use your Chopazard, boys. Knobs.
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah,
I felt for it too. I'm sitting down here just watching all the action as your magical Warlock just sat there and just destroyed everybody. But yeah.
Yeah, he just walked up to 3 squads and took only half health damage. You know, like that's why I never buy the shield armor. And Providence is cool and everything, but I really like the Cloak of Shadows because it makes you can open engagements with the Warlock by just running in there with Distort and Cloak of Shadows on, and you take nothing from range damage. I mean, that's a win-win for me.
So now you've got your Howling Banshees out there. You picked off that really wounded truck, but as we can see, your Wraithguard now are doing exactly what they want to do, which is just firing directly into blobs of troops, exploding quite a few people. That was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you're gonna see like Choco really taught me how to use Wraithguard really well, and that was with the whole fire attack ground or whatever, because you can really knobs bunch up pretty bad, and so you can really do. And here I'm just using my Warlock globals, the speed, Wraithguard that can kite. Ouch. You know, like that's trouble. So
nice.
And here's a great use of warp throw you're gonna see too. Get them off the shuriken before they pop a kill.
Boom!
You focus fire the Wraithguard, and now you got suppressed dead knobs. So I mean that's Eldar T2 versus Orc T3. Eldar T2 wins. Okay.
Damn.
Yep. I didn't want to lose my Warlock here on the squad, so I retreated them. But.
Jeez, I love Wraithguards. They're so awesome.
Yeah, and from this point, like all I need to do is mass shurikens. If you've got the Wraithguard out, you got a shuriken. You just mass him now. But I totally forgot that he's got well, shoot, what's that stuff called? The big armor that he's got. So he's got so much hit points. I can't do anything to him now.
Yeah, his heavy armor.